These relationships that you think are so awesome, and you know why and I'll fill you in a little. I'll fill you in, especially the teenagers in the audience, and the young people in the audience who kind of just recently kind of shot an email and somebody emailed them back and a little Facebook thing happened, and a little wink and a little hee there in the playground, even though it's a separate school, but in recess you saw each other like hee and hee. Like a little bit of that happened. Let me just fill you in a little. All of this is a product of low self-esteem. You think you're ugly. So if a guy thinks you're cute, you're like, really? I'm beautiful? You have low self-esteem. You think nobody's gonna like you, nobody's gonna want to marry you, and all of that stuff. And on the other hand, the guy, we don't have good friendships and good relationships, and we're looking for something. And most of the guys, I don't have to tell you what's going on in your head. You and I have ijma' on this issue. The things that go on in our head. There's no reason for me to explain all of that to you, But just because you have raging hormones and you're like daydreaming about girls and things like that, it doesn't mean that you're in love. It just means that you haven't controlled your temptations yet. And you're ruining somebody's life. You're ruining an entire family. You realize what you're doing? And you call it love? You tell me if she was like 50 pounds fatter, you still be in love? Because she's the same person, same ruh inside her jasad, right? If she was a burn victim or something, if her hand burnt off, or her ear was missing, you still be in love? Or you'd find somebody else to love all of a sudden? And if you can't answer that question honestly, then come on, you're not in love, you're just hormonal. That's all you are, This is what we've done to relationships that are supposed to be beautiful. Marriage is supposed to be a beautiful relationship. It's supposed to be a lifelong relationship. But because you're watching all of these models on TV and stupid women that are just throwing themselves at men and all this stuff, and you've developed this delusional concept of what it means to have love in your life. Delusional concept. Our deen came to free the world from this nonsense. To free it. Because we have a more mature understanding of what it means to have love in your life. I'm not saying you shouldn't marry someone you like, you should. You should be attracted to your future spouse. All of those things are fine. But there's a decency that you have to exhibit before then. And if you're okay with talking to a girl like that, you should be okay with somebody talking to your sister. You're okay with that too? Not if you have any ounce of decency left inside you. If you do, then this is how we have to end these things. And now if you've been in that kind of relationship, or you're in one of those relationships right now, nobody knows. Only Allah knows and you know. But I'm saying, you're like, after today's lecture, I have decided I no longer want to be your friend. Don't even write that, because even then you're looking for a response. You're kidding yourself. And then you're checking, did she write back? Yes, we should no longer be friends. And then you'll write back, you're right, we really shouldn't be friends anymore. And then she'll write back, yeah, never again. And then you're still doing it. Just stop, just cut it off. Just cut it off. It's not good for you. It's okay to be attracted to a girl. Allah put that in you. You're not evil for finding a girl beautiful. It's not haram for you to feel that way. You have to control it. You have to control yourself. Our deen teaches us self-control. And if you cannot exhibit self-control in one aspect of your life, you'll lose self-control in other aspects of your life. Same thing for you. Same thing for you. Control yourself. Control your giggle. Control your overly friendly demeanor in certain situations. Don't be oblivious to, don't say we're just friends, or he's like a brother to me. If he ain't your brother, he ain't your brother. That's it. That's it. Either he's your brother, you share a mom, or he's not. And that's the end of it.
This isn't it in terms of the concrete of what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start writing.
Okay.
What I mean, man, we're gonna need this whole notebook.
All right.
You're excited.
I'm excited.
You're
Yeah.
intrigued. I wish you were a girl.
All right.
But that's illegitimate. Because sort of like expectation, there's deserve and there's gained. Now, justice says you gain everything. But, you know, let's assume some people go through life and now I've lost track of what I originally meant by gain, deserve in this line. But I knew according to whatever I was saying before is this line goes here and that person would never gain what they deserve to be paid.
All right.
I'm talking about love right now.
I understand.
Okay. Just two. I think that love is something that you should gain as payment for producing yourself. And that can only be gained if somebody else has produced themselves, you know.
Yeah.
But it's possible to go through life never being paid that, though you never deserved it.
Yeah.
It was something that you came into life only having to gain. There is no obligation for you to get it.
Yeah.
There is no moral wrongness that happens if you don't get it. Because it was
Yeah. That's the problem with it. What?
This is really good. This is a good conversation. Why didn't we do this before? Why do you have friends?
I don't know.
Why don't you just do this all the time?
I don't know.
What a great competition. Best of luck with that. Now, if I was to say to you sheep placenta and bird droppings, yeah, you'd probably go laugh or go, ugh. But Victoria Beckham, apparently, she's a fan of both of those things. What is it she does with these offerings from the innards of animals, you may well be asking? Well, she uses the sheep placenta as a draft excluder, perhaps? No? Does she double up the bird poo, some kind of polyfiller? Who knows? But allegedly, she likes to smear both of those things on her face in an attempt to keep looking young. To keep looking young. You might go,
Well, I'd rather smear it over David's.
Well, today, the Mirror columnist Alison Phillips, she's lambasted Victoria for her alleged age-defying antics, saying it's time to fight back against this obsession with youth. Does she have a point? Is it time to fight back, ladies?
No.
No?
Listen. If it's there, I'm going to use it. I don't care. As long as it doesn't smell like bird poo. You know, listen, I have had a little bit done. I've been very honest with everybody, and I have had, you know, in our family, we were blessed, OK, with little bums, but big fat chins. And I had some fat sucked out of there, and I feel better for that. Now, if that's upsetting everybody, I don't care. So, and I've also had my eyes done to make me look like I'm not asleep most of the time. Because I wasn't blessed with great genes. Apart from a little bum and my long legs. So, yeah. And I've always been going out with, can you? And if there's a cream out there for someone who has suffered with acne for most of her teenage years, I understand the need to have a skin that looks clear. And believe me, when you find something that works, it's like a eureka moment.
Does it work? Does anything work, though?
Well, I'll give it a go, love. Get the sheets going.
I just say, when did it become a crime for women to get older?
It
just seems that nobody's allowed to think, well, she's aged.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm 52. This is a 52-year-old face.
That's what happens.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Take a look, kids, be warned. This is what happens.
Isn't it?
But, you know, it's...
52.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, it
You
is.
do, you
Full
see,
makeup and mirrors.
You don't need it.
But
You're
it
getting
isn't-
on my nerves
but-
now.
She doesn't need to just say it's good for 52.
For 52.
But not it. Your face isn't good. I mean, you know, she's
That's
looking.
her name.
No, just that her face is a good face for 52.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, she's talking about your face as a specimen.
But I just, you know, I think there is...
And a marvellous one it is. Yes.
I think there is an obsession, particularly for women, and a great pressure to look younger all the time. And I say, what? There are women now, or girls in my eyes, who are in their late 20s who are having all these fillers when they're 25. And by the time they're 32, they look odd. And, you know,
Well,
your face is supposed to have some creases.
Have you had anything
but
done?
I honestly haven't. Look, that's why I have a fringe. Look at those. Hideous, aren't they? Ugh. But listen, this
Tell
is
the
not to
story.
say I don't look in the mirror every morning and go, oh, God, look at those. Oh. And when I see those awful photographs of me that are captured out somewhere, splashed on the front of magazines, you know, I want to run to the surgeon's table, believe me. But I
Eamon's
stop
happy.
every time. Eamon's very happy, and, you know, I just think this is what my face is supposed to look like. And there's more pressure when you're on the TV or,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
in the
true.
career you do, Jane, it kind of people are always looking at you.
I'm completely with you, Ruth. It's so tragic and it's so sad that, and it's not an obsession with looking young. I don't think it's about looking young. It's an obsession with not aging. But that's what happens, and it's going to happen sooner or later. I don't care how many needles you put in your face. Eventually, you are going to look like an old handbag, and that's. Right, you can try whatever you like. You can try the sheep's placenta. And I know all these stars that say, oh, I look like this because I put sheep's placenta on my face. No, you don't. It's just not possible. And this is a problem. It's a constant battle for women, especially of our age. And Lisa says to you, good face for 52. What is a 52-year-old face supposed to look like anymore?
Like this.
Compared to what? Compared to someone
Yeah.
who maybe, you know, hasn't spent so much time in the sun or maybe, you know, has led a really sort of wild life. That's what shows on your face, and that's your life. That's the way you've chosen
Do you know
to
what
look.
annoys me,
No,
though? I think there are too many celebrities who claim they've done nothing and they look terrific.
know.
And then you say, you look fantastic. And they go, I've just inherited my mother's good genes.
But it's true, you
Yeah,
should be
right.
allowed to keep it
You know.
private if you have that stuff done. But these days you can't because everybody is obsessed with it. And I tell you, I struggle every day with the decision.
rub
Shall
bird
I have a facelift or shall I not? It's too late for me and Ruth, I think, to have needles put in our face. Too late
for us.
Well, because everything's already there, and there's no point in trying to sort of erase them now because we'll look weird. But I think you can have a little bit of help with a bit of surgery. But at the same time, I think, no, why should I? This is my face. Get used to it. I can't get used to it. No one can get used to it. And I'll tell you, if Mark wasn't around, I would get rid of every single mirror in my house, especially the magnifying one, and I would just be happy ever after. And I won't think about it. For another second.
Would you rub bird poo in your face?
I'd rub anything in my face. Anything you like. I'm with Jane on this. I'm like, if someone's gone to the trouble of inventing something that's going to hold back the years and you can get it in a pot and bung it on, then that's fine. Do it. I don't have a problem with needles in your face. I mean, I have had botulism in my face in my life. I don't do it regularly, and I tried it and I got scared because I actually couldn't move, and I was supposed to be acting at the time.
not good for your profession.
You can't express yourself. I'm anti-fillers because I think they change the way you look. I'm definitely anti-cutting open any part of your body, your face, to change the way you look, because I think if you go to the extreme of having a medical procedure, an actual operation which you're supposed to have because you're ill, then I think you've lost the plot. But little bits of, if you want to bung bird's poo on your eyes and you want to shove something up your bottom or whatever.
It doesn't always change the way you look. It just makes you look a bit like you used to look.
No, it doesn't.
A little bit.
They
If it's done
don't.
properly, it does. Because
No.
there are quite a few people out there who you know full well have had those little adjustments.
you
They've
had
had
one
them.
now-
They just won't admit to it. Yes, you'd know
You'd look
because I'm on the
weird.
telly
You'd
a
be
lot
like
and
that
you'd
all of a
notice.
sudden. And
No.
you couldn't come to work and go.
No, I'm not going to have my neck like attached to the top of my head. I'm not going to go that far. It would be a tiny adjustment.
You see,
it's
that's
not like a
that's
serious.
just you
just
and
a
Ruth
tightening.
and Lisa are all really getting on my nerves because you've got that lovely jaw.
No,
where
we
some
haven't really.
people were not blessed.
But we haven't got your booty and your lallies.
Trudy.
Oh,
Trudy. Hello, Trudy. She said, I wish people would stop worrying about getting old. Life is too short. Not everyone is going to have the opportunity to get to that age, never mind experiencing wrinkles. So just enjoy your life. Sharon says, I'm happy to put anything plastered on my face if it takes the years off. Placenta droppings, whatever, bring it on. I'd recommend ketchup. Bit smelly, but it does the job.
Sugar,
Where's
it'll
she
just
putting
stick
it?
to your face.
Well, on her face,
On her
I
face.
hope. On her chips, that's where it should go. On her face. What a waste of good ketchup.
Your chips.
Right, girls, hold your faces back. We've got to take a break now, but we're talking balls with Joe Calzaghe and asking, does a 30-day break from your other half leave you feeling refreshed or fretful? Think about that one. See you in a couple of minutes.